Hello and welcome to the Point of View Breakdown. I'm Medic and today we're going to be taking a look back at Hylissang's point of view in the Fnatic game against Misfits last week. To start us off, let's quickly talk about the draft and specifically the bottom lane. Fnatic decide to play Bwipo and Ryze alongside Hylissang's Pyke. Misfits draft a classic Lucian Braum bottom lane with plenty of kill threats due to Braum's concussive blows passive and Lucian's light slinger. This means that Misfits have easy access to stuns in the lane. Lucian is also a lot better than Ryze at killing minions early on, meaning that Ryze and Pyke will be stuck by their tower in the early levels. This is not a lane you expect to win if you're Fnatic, and we'll see that Hylissang realises this and decides to spend his time elsewhere. One of the most important things for lanes that look for kills is getting an early level lead. In this 2v2, that's exactly what the Misfits bot lane look for. Hansama and Mikyx get a faster push on their wave in the bottom lane by utilising the Lucian passive to clear the wave quickly. This means that we're going to hit level 2 first. Hylissang realises this and begins to back away, however, he doesn't respect the ability of Braum and Lucian to close the gap. Braum uses stand behind me on the minion and then tags Hylissang with Winter's Bite. This allows Lucian to dash forward and heavily chunk Hylissang. Fortunately, Pyke's passive helps Hylissang regenerate some of that health back when he leaves the Misfits' vision. But let this serve as a warning to everyone out there, a level lead is a monumental thing. Each level equates to about 600 gold, and the jump in power between level 1 and level 2 is huge. If you don't have a good way to push the wave at level 1, be willing to step back and sacrifice a minion or two. Hylissang recalls for the first time and immediately heads towards the middle lane. This is a very common path for LCS supports, and there are a few steps to roaming mid as a support that you should know. First, accept that you're going to lose some experience. It's going to happen, you can't be everywhere at once, and if you're ganking mid, then you're not bot soaking up that sweet XP. To minimize this, try to time your roams when the lane is pushing away from your tower. That means you can get back to the bottom lane in time for the wave to bounce back to you. Secondly, coordinate with your jungler. You can see that as soon as Hylissang starts coming towards the mid lane, Broxah is there to join him. They clear out vision in their own jungle and then attempt to gank mid. This sort of roam isn't only about clearing vision in your own jungle, but can also get you some deep vision into the enemy jungle. One tiny thing that Hylissang also does is place a control ward in the red side jungle of Misfits. This spot is great to keep track of enemies as it's rarely a bush you path through, so people have to go out of their way to check it. Hylissang's ward is spotted by another control, and he immediately pings it and then backs away. Why doesn't he go for the ward, you ask? Because his mid laner is back in base, his jungler is on the top side, and he has no one to support him. It's better to sacrifice a ward than sacrifice your life. Unfortunately for Fnatic, they did give up a double kill down to Hansama in the bottom lane, which gives all the pressure in the lane into the hands of Misfits. They push forward and clear out any vision that Fnatic could have in the river. We see Hylissang trying to gain back some control of the river by sneaking a ward into it, but it's immediately spotted by a pink and cleared away. He then walks down to the bot side bush and his ward is cleared there too. Now look at how dark the minimap is. From Hylissang's point of view, the river is totally black. As the wave pushes up, Hylissang realises this is a prime moment for Hansama and Mickey to roam up to the mid lane, so immediately he teams up with Broxah and goes up towards mid to protect caps. Just his presence there is enough to stop the roam and keep his mid laner alive. Hylissang then even stays around mid, and as soon as he sees Misfits trying to make a play down towards the bottom lane, he forces an engage mid and kills Senkux. The fight in mid is nothing special, Hylissang even whiffs his ultimate, but because they know that Misfits is bot and can't react, both Hylissang and Caps are very safe tanking up the tower. If you're in a similar situation and behind in your lane, make sure you're really aware of when your opponent can roam. There are a couple of easy ways to stop roams from working. Number 1, place wards. You can see that Hylissang tried to do this, but his wards got swept away. Most teams you face in solo queue won't be this coordinated, and you can usually get 1 or 2 wards in under their radar. Number 2, follow the enemy roam. If you're a support, this is pretty easy to do, but if you're in a solo lane, sometimes you have to hard shut your lane or even give up some minions to join your team and turn around a gank. If you can't follow the roam, make sure you communicate that your lane is missing, either with pings or by typing to your teammates. That's it for this breakdown of Hylissang's point of view. Make sure you tune in this weekend for more EU LCS.